Hello everyone, this is Pallavi Mahapatra. Today we will be discussing about thermal model of motor for heating and cooling. I hope you will understand this video easily. Now we will discuss the thermal model of motor for heating and cooling. Before studying that, we should have to know why it is necessary. Why thermal model is necessary. So let me tell you why it is necessary. So for studying that, we can say that an electrical motor and drive operates. There is a generation of heat inside the motor. And we know that the amount of heat generated inside the motor should be known as accurately as possible. As we know that during the operation time, the heat is generated in the form of losses like copper losses, iron losses, and many more losses. And heat dissipated may be also due to the cooling fan and many more enclosures. So that's why the thermal modeling of motor is necessary. According to that, the introduction of thermal model of motor for heating and cooling, why we are designing. So due to the complex geometrical shape of motor and the use of heterogeneous material during the manufacture of motor and for the accurate prediction of heat flow and rise of temperature inside the electrical motor, it is very difficult. However, the conductivity of the material do not differ by the large amount. So therefore, the machine body can be assumed to be homogeneous. So using this assumption, a simple thermal model of machine can be obtained. With this assumption, thermal model cannot be said to be a perfect model, but it is suitable for electrical driving engineers to select the motor rating for given application, ensuring temperature at various body not exceeding safe limits. So therefore, let's suppose the machine which is assumed to be homogeneous body and the cooling medium has following parameters. So the main aim of this modeling is to choose the appropriate rating of the motor so that the electric motor does not exceed its safe limit during operation. So this is the main phenomenon of thermal model of motor for heating and cooling. Let us derive the expression for the thermal model of motor for heating. Let us consider a machine with following parameters at any particular time instant t. Let P1 is heat developed in the joule per second or watt. P2 is heat dissipated to the cooling medium in joule per second or watts. Small w is weight of the active part of machine in kg. Small h is specific heat in joule per kg per degree centigrade. Capital A is cooling surface in meter square. Small d is the coefficient of heat transfer or specific heat dissipation in joule per second per meter square per degree Celsius. Theta is the mean temperature rise in degree Celsius. During a time increment dt, let the machine temperature rise to be d theta. That means when the time is changing by dt, the temperature rises by d theta. So using the following heat balance equation, we can write heat absorbed or stored in the machine is equal to heat developed inside the machine minus heat dissipated to the surrounding cooling medium. One can write the following equation. Equation number 1, W into H into d theta equal to P1 dt minus P2 dt. Now heat dissipated to the cooling medium P2 equal to theta into d into A, which is the equation 2. Now substituting this value or equation 2 in equation 1, we get W into H into d theta equal to P1 dt minus theta into d into A into dt, which is the equation 3. Now let us define C, which is a product of W into H, and it is termed as thermal capacity of machine in watt per degree Celsius. And D is the product of small d into A, and it is termed as heat dissipation constant in watt per degree Celsius. So by using this C and D, equation number 3 is changed into equation number 6. C d theta equal to P1 minus d theta whole into dt. Now again writing C d theta by dt equal to P1 minus d theta, which is the equation number 7. Now this equation 7 can be represented as equation 8, where we are writing d theta by dt plus d by c into theta equal to p1 minus p1 by c, which is the expression number 8. Now here we can see that equation 8 is first order differential equation. Now for this equation we will have to find out the general solution as well as the particular solution. General solution is also called as the transient solution, and particular solution is also called as the steady state solution. General solution is given by making the constant term, that is p1 by c term, equal to 0. So if you make this term as 0, then we can write d theta by dt plus d by c theta equal to 0. So this is the standard representation by dy by dx equal to minus ax. So y equal to k e to the power minus a tau, which is represented as theta t equal to k e to the power minus t by tau. Now this small t represents transient, that is theta t is represented as transient temperature. Now tau equal to time constant. So we are talking about the thermal model of motor for heating. So it is the heating time constant or thermal constant. So tau equal to c by d. Particular solution is obtained by solving the following equation. This equation is taken, and once we solve this equation we get theta equal to p1 by c divided by d by dt plus d by c. Now this p1 by c is constant term which is independent of time. That's why d by dt can be taken as 0, and theta is, that is S stands for steady state. Theta is equal to p1 by c divided by d by c. Here c cancel out, equal to p1 by d. So the overall solution to the equation 8 is given by theta equal to theta t plus theta s, where theta s is the steady state and theta t is the transient state. So p1 by d plus k e to the power minus t by tau. The value of k is determined by substituting initial condition. Now what is the initial condition here? At t equal to 0, let us assume that theta equal to theta 1 minus initial temperature rise at t equal to 0. So by substituting the initial condition in equation 15, we can see that theta is replaced by theta 1 and this t made as 0. So this term will be 1. So theta 1 equal to p1 by d plus k. From this, k equal to theta 1 minus theta s. And this value of k unknown is substituted in equation 15, and we get the final expression as theta equal to theta s plus theta 1 minus theta s e to the power minus t by tau, which further simplified to get theta equal to theta s 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau plus theta 1 e to the power minus t by tau. So this is the final expression of thermal model of motor for heating. Now let us see the expression for thermal model of motor for cooling. Cooling means when load on motor is removed. So let the load on motor is thrown off after the temperature rise reaches the value theta 2. Heat loss will be reduced to small p1 dash and cooling operation of motor will begin. Now the value of heat dissipation for d dash if the time is measured from the instant when the load is thrown off. Then we can get this expression, say c d theta by dt equal to p1 dash minus d dash theta, which is the expression number 18. Solving this first order differential equation in similar manner with the initial condition, and we know the initial condition as theta equal to theta 2 at t equal to 0, gives the final expression as theta equal to theta s dash 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau dash plus theta 2 e to the power minus t by tau dash. which is the expression number 19. This expression is derived similar manner as that of the expression for the thermal model of motor for heating. The only change is theta s dash and tau dash. Theta s dash equal to P dash by D dash, that is the steady state temperature for new condition, and tau dash is equal to C by D dash, that is the cooling time constant. Here tau dash is the new time constant or cooling time constant. Tau is the heating time constant and tau dash is the cooling time constant. Now if the motor is disconnected from the supply during cooling, then P dash is equal to theta s dash is equal to 0. So in that case equation 19 changes to theta equal to theta 2 e to the power minus t by tau dash. So we have seen three expression. So expression number 1 for thermal model of motor for heating, expression 2 for thermal model of motor for cooling, and now we will study the model of motor when supply is made 0. So now we are summarizing the above discussion. When motor starts with initial temperature theta 1 at t equal to 0, then its temperature is given by this expression, and this expression is theta equal to theta s 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau plus theta 1 e to the power minus t by tau. When motor load is thrown off with temperature theta equal to theta 2, then new temperature is given by this equation, theta equal to theta s dash 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau plus theta 2 into e to the power minus t by tau dash. And if the motor is disconnected from the supply, then we get this expression theta equal to theta 2 e to the power minus t by tau dash. Both heating and cooling time constant tau and tau dash are dependent on respective heat dissipation constant, that is d and d dash, which in turn depends on the velocity of the cooling air. The variation of motor temperature rise with time during heating and cooling is given below. Here on y-axis we have theta and on x-axis we have time, and this is the graph for heating and this is the graph for cooling. It must be noted that thermal time constant of a motor are far larger than electrical and mechanical time constant. Electrical and mechanical time constants have typical values 1 to 100 millisecond and 10 millisecond to 10 second. I repeat, for electrical time constant is 1 to 100 millisecond and for mechanical time constant is 10 millisecond to 10 second, and thermal time constant may vary from 10 minutes to couple of hours. So this is all about thermal model of motor for heating and cooling. Let us see a small numerical on this. So here the problem is a motor operates on a periodic duty cycle in which it is clutched to its load for 10 minutes and declutched to run on a no load for 20 minutes. A minimum temperature rise is 40 degrees Celsius. Heating and cooling time constant are equal and have a value of 60 minutes. When load is declutched continuously, the temperature rise is 15 degrees Celsius. So we have to determine the maximum temperature during duty cycle and the temperature when load is clutched continuously. So here we have listed what is given to us. Since it is mentioned that cooling and heating time constants are same, tau and tau dash is equal to 60 minutes. When load is on, T1 duration is 10 minutes. When load is off, T2 duration is 20 minutes. Here it is shown graphically. We can see from this graph. In this, it is clutched to the load is in on time or T1, and this is no load T2. 0, 10, and this actually should be 30 not 20. So that this 30 to 10 will be actually 20 minutes. When the load is continuously declutched, temperature rise is 15 degrees Celsius. That is theta is dash is given as 15 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature rise is 40 degrees Celsius. Here it is shown minimum initial value is 40 degrees Celsius and this is the maximum value. If we refer this graph, this is heating. So during this heating, we will have a curve like this with minimum value of 40 and here we need to calculate the maximum value. It must be noted that for periodic load, temperature at the end of the cycle will be same as that of the beginning of the cycle. So if I extend this curve, I will get something like this up to 40. So when I go to this 20 value, thus 20 value, this actually should be 30. Please note that 20 should actually be 30. So if I extend this line here, I will get 30 minutes. So here graph for cooling will be go like this up to 30 minutes and temperature will be 40 minutes. It must be noted that for periodic load, temperature at the end of the cycle, here the temperature at the end of the cycle is 30 minutes and at the beginning of the cycle is 40 minutes. Here the beginning of the cycle is 40 minutes which is equal to the end of the cycle, that is 40 minutes. So by using this equation of heating, we can write heating means for this part from 0 to 10. So we need to write theta 2 equal to theta is 1 minus e to the power minus t1 by tau plus theta 1 e to the power minus t1 by tau. So when it is heating, we will use tau and theta s, and when it is cooling, we will use tau dash and theta s dash. So putting values here, theta 2 equal to theta is 1 minus e to the power minus 10 by 60 plus 40 e to the power minus 10 by 60. So solving this, we will get theta 2 equal to 0.1535 theta s plus 33.86. Similarly, during cooling, the equation becomes 40. Here 40 equal to, here we can see, so at the end of this half cycle, from this maximum value to this maximum value is said to be 40. So here it is 40. 40 equal to theta s dash 1 minus e to the power minus t2 by tau dash plus theta 2 e to the power minus t2 by tau dash. So here we know the value of theta s dash as it is given to us, and t2 we also know, tau dash we also know, and theta 2 we have calculated from here. Substituting this value, we can calculate theta s. So theta s is equal to 104.5 degrees, and with this theta s, which will be substituted here in this equation, we will get theta 2. Here theta 2 is equal to 49.9 degrees Celsius. This is all about the thermal model of motor for heating and cooling. In this short video, we have seen how to derive the expression for thermal model of motor for both heating and cooling, and also when it is disconnected from the supply. At the same time, we have also seen how to solve a numerical to this topic. So this is enough for this video. Thank you for watching this video.